Don't go away. We're back with the anchor of Alex Wagner Tonight, Alex Wagner. Kamala Harris, I interviewed her when she was running for president in 2020. I know you did as well.
Yeah.
She seems to have really grown as a candidate. I always enjoyed talking to her, but she seems very comfortable in the top position. What do you think's different about 2020 Kamala Harris and 2024?
You know, there are a couple things. I would say one is she has clearly gained a lot of confidence as the vice president. And I see that most acutely, most tangibly in her joy. Like, I always knew she was a really joyful, funny person. And whenever I interviewed her or saw her on the campaign trail, which is like a lot in 2020, you would see this difference when you interviewed her on camera, and she would kind of become more serious, and she would sort of play the role of politician more formally.
Yeah.
And what you see now is someone who is embracing her own joy. Now, that also happens to be a fantastic strategy as Trump is out there as the horseman of the apocalypse. The Walz-Harris ticket is full of optimism and joy, and that's a great strategy, but it's also who she is. And it's really, I think, quite lovely to see a woman having fun in politics, you know? Because, like...
Kind of forgot.
When has that ever happened?
Well, also, just that politics can be fun again. It's been so dire for so many years now.
And then she feels that sense of confidence that she can be like, I'm who I am. And I think this is funny, and I'm going to laugh, and Trump's going to call me Laughing Kamala, and that's going to go nowhere. Because the American public is okay with seeing a woman smile.
Why do you think he's having such a hard time putting a target on her? Because he's attacked her in several different ways, but you know he's trying to burn her, but the fat is splashing back in his face every time, if you know what I mean.
He smells like cooking oil.
Yeah.
I think we have, like, in some ways believed Trump's spin that he's some master brander, right? The reality is that Joe Biden has been in politics literally forever, and Hillary Clinton has been a known entity in American politics forever, and both of them had sort of calcified personas as far as the American public was concerned, and like Trump figured out crooked Hillary, but then he also tried out crooked Biden. He's not actually that good at framing people, right? Like, he just kind of picks something off the floor and throws it at the wall, and it happened to work with Hillary, but in large part, both Biden and Clinton were already known. He doesn't have that advantage with Harris, and it's been a miserable failure. Like, everything he's tried is either pathetic or racist or misogynist or just not funny. And like, it is so, I mean, I think it was Pete Wenner in The Atlantic that called him, like, we're at the Fat Elvis stage of the Trump candidacy.
A lot of people like Fat Elvis is the problem.
I mean...
They put him on the stamp. They wanted him on the stamp with Fat Elvis.
There are some great late-stage Elvis jams. So no disrespect to the King's legacy, even though he may not be dead. But...
Is he the one who got Biden out? Was it Elvis?
You finally landed on it. But, you know, like, I think that... And by the way, I also think the time is over to actually come up with his nickname, his preferred nickname.
83 days.
He's got he voted in the early for Florida primaries today, right? Like, this election is...
People are already voting?
For the primary in Florida. But, like, early voting starts in 40 days in some states. Like, the calendar is evaporating before our very eyes. And Trump's ability, I mean, he's come out with so many bad, poisonous arrows that haven't gone anywhere near the target. It almost seems like a futile exercise to me.
Have you ever interviewed Tim Walz?
Yes.
What's he like in person?
Delightful.
Yeah?
He is exactly the person that he is exactly, I mean, listen, I think that what you see in Tim Walz, and I understand why Kamala Harris chose him, there's a little bit of Biden in him, in his kind of working class, real talk, good guy persona. He came up with the weird moniker for Trump and J.D. Vance, which was chef's kiss. Like, he said it on my program, and I was like, wow, that is so good. Like, that's all he could contribute to the campaign, and it would have been enough.
Right.
But he's incredibly normal, and he too is joyful. I mean, there is something to be said for, after, what has it been, 786 years of bad news, dark visions of America, American carnage, tombstones littering Broadway, or whatever Trump was painting a picture of. Like, to have these two people who are coming in and saying, it can be better, it will be better, we're here to help. And
I think one of the things they understand, or one of the things that could explain this, is that people actually like to see people who like each other.
Yes.
They actually say
Yes.
that. And say what you will about any amount of loyalty people offer Donald Trump. Trump doesn't like them.
He doesn't like his running mate.
Right.
I mean, he doesn't like, it's not clear he likes his wife. I don't even know if he likes his children. Like, they're...
I got a pretty good idea.
I mean, and I think in the same, I mean, like it is, listen, I think it's not great that American politics and running for the presidency has become so personality driven, right? I think that it would be great if it was a bit more substantive and you didn't have to be a crazy rock star to get elected. And I'm not calling Donald Trump a rock star, but he does have a capacity to entertain crowds.
He's a TV star
He
for
is
sure.
Yeah. But to have this fizz, you know, this effervescence back again in American life is something, first of all, you can't bottle because, to go with the fizz metaphor, it like exists in the air, but it's so unique to this ticket. And that, more than anything, is why Trump, I think, is spiraling right now. He doesn't know how to approach it.
Well, I'll see you in Chicago. We'll be out there.
See you over Sport
Alex,
Pepper.
thank you so much. Alex Wagner Tonight airs Tuesday through Friday on MSNBC. Alex Wagner, everybody. We'll be right back with comedian Allie Makovsky.